Welcome back. Mr. Osita Okechukwu is our guest tonight on Hard Copy. We've been talking about the recent state of events in the polity and what his party could have done differently. Just before we get to your work as the DG of the Voice of Nigeria, you made reference to if President Buhari decides to run in 2019. Are you one of those who thinks he can still run in 2019?
What right? I'm one of those because the fact that he's sick now do not foreclose his getting healthy.
Even if he gets healthy, I mean, we do pray that he gets healthy. But my point is, I mean, don't you think that he's rather elderly and perhaps should be offering advice from the back room, perhaps?
No. What a lot of people. I was trying to do that in the Southeast to let the people know that President Muhammadu Buhari is carrying on a silent revolution because the Nigerian states cannot stand properly without critical infrastructure in place.
Are you saying that he's the only one who can carry out, the infrastructure development and what have you on behalf of your party?
He can't be the only one.
Yes.
He can't be the only one. But what I'm saying, he has uncommon integrity quotient. Uncommon. Yes, we can say we're even more transparent than him, but he has demonstrated it severally. So what I'm saying is that when you start a foundation for a diverse country with abundant resources that have been wasted over the years, and some other individual could waste again, you are trying to borrow over $30 billion and you leave it hanging. This is not the first time we're borrowing, but this is the only time we're borrowing that was tidied up.
In other words,
even the creditors know that they're not even coming in cash.
Mr. Okechukwu,
in Mambila, if you read the details of about the $5.8 billion that will be borrowed from Mambila Plateau to generate over 3,000 megawatts of electricity, you will see how neat it is. Nigerian people would benefit highly if for 8 years a solid foundation, because a lot of people, they say that the federal government of Nigeria had done this, they had done that, but they never asked themselves, why is the state in a state of decay?
Mr. Okechukwu, that is not speaking to presenting President Buhari as a candidate for the APC in 2019. Don't you think that you're being sycophantic when you say that he can run again in 2019?
No, what I'm trying to avoid, my sister, otherwise, I would say, okay, give me. What I'm trying to avoid is that a solid foundation is needed.
Let's quickly look at your work in VON, Voice of Nigeria. Now, there is general distrust of government-owned media outfits. I'm sure you're aware of that.
I don't know.
You didn't think that before you came on board, there was people did not quite trust government media outfits, or thought that the government media outfits were too partial to government, as it were?
No. Look at the actual position about the Voice of Nigeria. The major function is to protect, promote Nigeria's image and foreign policy.
Well, I get that.
So we're not campaigners.
I get the function of presenting and promoting Nigeria's image, but
yes,
it has to be a true image. It doesn't have to be a rosy image of a place where everything is going well. It has to be a place where, voices of dissent can be heard. Isn't that right?
No, I told them when I came, look, ladies and gentlemen, yes, on the high tune, I cannot say there are no bad things or breaches or infractions in Nigeria. But I told them, start looking for the good news. They were surprised when I went to Kano. After discussing with them, we started going around. We went to Grema oil mills.
Mr. Okechukwu, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Are you saying that Voice of Nigeria under your watch is only going to be promoting good news?
No. Our business is defined. What is going on in Nigeria? And in managing what is going on in Nigeria, it's not for me to allow them to start talking, oh, they fought in the National Assembly. No.
Those kinds of news will not be carried?
No,
if truly that's what happens?
What the man in New York on Afghanistan is looking for in Nigeria, what has happened that's actually credible, not an ephemeral outburst.
Okay.
Or gossip.
I hear you on that one.
I cannot run a social media.
You talked about how when you got there, you met there were 8 transmitters and only 2 of them were working.
Yes.
6 were not working.
Yes.
And you were saying that instead of repairing them, perhaps, they should look at other technology, like the internet, for instance.
Yes, that's exactly what I said.
Has that method for you worked?
No, what I did was the money we found in the budget, we made sure that the 2 transmitters are up and doing, so that they could reach the regions that still listen to shortwaves. And what we've done was also to bring that same shortwave to the handsets that has Android and iOS, so that you could reach us through your handsets. Because if I ask you now whether you have a radio, because we did a survey, initially there was an outcry. Luckily, I came with a form. I said, please, if you have a brother in New York, or in California, or in Texas, or in Britain, or in Germany, or in India, please, let's have them and their numbers. And they wrote. What is the question? The question is, you ask your brother or your sister that is there, for the past 1 week, have you listened to radio? If I tell you that over about 6 said they didn't. But if you say yes, we said, is it shortwave? Majority said no, in North and Southern America, in Europe, in Asia. Yes, in Kano, in Mali, in Niger. People, yes, they're listening to shortwave.
If that was the outcome of your survey, where people are not listening to shortwave, do you see the relevance of one then?
No, the relevance is this, that we have met with the foreign ministry, our own foreign ministry, and they have told the missions abroad to do us a linkage with the FM stations, and which mostly those people listen on radio, on their car radio. So we have entered into agreement and joint news exchange with FM stations in those countries in order to bring our shortwave down to the people, because most of them do not have a radio set anymore. Then we now developed our own internet, so that our website is now a real broadcasting website.
Okay, so yes. Perhaps we can give you that. Just quickly though, I'm just going to ask you this as a wrapping up question. What do you think, for you, is the path to true national integration?
That's a good question. First and foremost, a deep thought on how will the majority that still believe in the country should not be converted by those whom, as I said, had never asked the governor of their states what is happening to the budget. But they pay attention to the sector. And in the distributive curve of federal allocation, the state and the local councils get about 48%.
Are you optimistic about restructuring?
On one leg. First, if you want to appease the Southeast, give them one state and more local governments. Because the Nigerian states had about 3 conferences. The Abacha conference of the middle 90s, I think it was 96, 95, 96, was the hottest. And the Southeast region, who went with the toughest team, who set up a secretariat led by the former Vice President, Alex Ekweme. Region was placed on the desk for voting day. He failed.
We have run out of time, and I was hoping that you'd just be able to quickly summarize that. But we have to thank you for coming on Hard Copy. I've been speaking with Mr. Osita Okechukwu, who is the Director General of the Voice of Nigeria. That's the program. We appreciate and look forward to feedback from you using the handles on our screen. Thank you for watching. I'm Maokwe Ogun. See you next week.